Welcome back to more Empyrion. Hal here, and today I wanted to show you what we've been working on. So, if you remember last time, we were working on the new HV. I've gone ahead and finished it up, and I still need to do some upgrades on it, because I want to go ahead and upgrade all of these blocks to the armored block. But as you can see, we've got at least some of the front upgraded. We've got pretty much this entire pylon done. There's a few blocks in here that still need to be fixed up there a little bit, taken up to the next tier of armor. But we've got two of the miniguns, which I said we were going to put in on. And then instead of installing the artillery piece, we went ahead and put the homing missile in. I think this may end up being a little bit better, at least for planet side stuff. If we do need it, we can upgrade this over to the artillery piece. I do have one already made. I just need to make a little bit of ammo for it. But I ran out of supplies, at least the Sathium. And since we're not going into orbit yet, we need to do some base raids. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to give this thing a trial by fire, see how well she does, right? Now, this thing is not really built currently to take a beating. Once we get it upgraded, it'll be able to take a bit more of a pounding, but again, it's not really meant for a front assault. It's more of a support vehicle. We'll go in and we'll give you a tour here shortly. Show you the exterior of this thing. Basically, we have 4 reactors. They are hidden in the pylons. We've got 2 small ammo boxes. There's one on this pylon and one in the other pylon. On this side, we have an RCS with its mirror being on the other pylon, and then the 3rd and 4th generators. The engines are hidden within these armored clusters. We've got some of our additional thrusters here on the inside of the pylons, because generally speaking, when we are taking fire, very rarely do you get it here on the inside. It's mostly on the front and outer portions because of the way that the attacks work. We've hidden the core actually in the back of the ship, so when they are shooting at us, they should be pretty much trying to center line, which is one of the reasons why I want to make sure all of this is upgraded as much as possible. We do have spotlights. We also have a down spotlight, so that if we park this over an area that we're doing some mining, we'll be able to have some light in the mining area as well. So, yeah, I'm kind of liking this. I'm surprised at how well the design came out. If you need to get into cargo, there's actually a couple of ramps here. So you just can walk up. See if we can open that. And then we've got the 4 cargo boxes, 2 refrigerators, and behind all of this is additional armor blocks. So now, the reason why I've done this is, like I said, once we get all of this upgraded, all of the blocks on this thing will be upgraded to the combat armor. Well, I'm sorry, the reinforced steel blocks. But because we have the core basically behind the fridges here, this area needed the extra armor because I want to make sure that, you know, basically they don't just blow through it in one shot. But we are going to go ahead and take this thing out. Let me see, because I haven't really flown it yet. So I'm not quite sure how the handling profile is going to work. But as you can see, we do have a couple of O2 tanks. There's actually a second O2 tank behind this one. We've got 6 fuel tanks, the constructor, and then the O2 station. So we're pretty much set no matter the environment that we find ourselves in. All right, so we did go with the split control deck. Basically, this way, if you find that you like flying from one side or the other, you are able to do so. There are 2 passenger seats as well. Now, the passenger seats are here as well as the co-pilot seat. In the case that, you know, the pilot is killed somehow, you basically still have the control center. But you also then have the ability to have each of the turrets independently controlled by other players. So if you use this in multiplayer, it should be a decent multiplayer ship. We shall see how it works. Now, for lift and propulsion, we have 4 of the regular, the 1x1 anti-grav pods. And then in the center line, we have a 2x2 anti-grav pod. Now, what that allows us to do is basically support the mass of the artillery piece if we do choose to put one on here. So let's go here. RCS is a little sloppy, but overall seems fairly stable. I have to say, I think I'm liking this. But as you can see, we have the 2 down lights there with the 2 front spotlights. It gives us a good amount of visibility at night. We also do have lights on the exterior dome of the main area of the crew quarters, or the crew compartment, I should say. And so far, I have to say, this thing is handling fairly nicely. I'm liking it. I may go back and add a few more hidden thrusters to it, just to increase its acceleration a little bit. But I mean, we've got, what, something like 5.5 hours worth of power on this under, full power forward. So I can't complain. Alright, so there's Cobalt over here, there's all this stuff. Promethean, yeah, I'm really liking this thing. It's handling fairly well. Alright. So let's head back. As you can see, we don't have the hover booster. So we do not have a way to actually jump with this thing. That is probably something that I will add shortly, mainly because of the fact that I really do want to have the ability to boost this thing up. I may need to put like 2 or 3 of them on this thing because its mass is not light. It's let's take a look here. Let's look at our advanced information statistics. So we've got a acceleration and deceleration of 11 meters per second. We have a strafe of 3 meters per second and a descent of 54 meters per second. So this thing drops like a rock when you turn the power off. We've got roughly 80 kilonewtons of force on the yaw, 89 degrees, and I should say 50.57 degrees per second squared for yaw, 0.89 degrees per second for pitch. And then our roll is 0.29 degrees per second. So not bad overall. I have to say it's a lot of fun. It is just shy of 30 tons. It was a little heavier than I was expecting it to come out. Our max output for power is 7.2 megawatts, and we have a consumption of 103 kilowatts. So we got enough fuel for, just hovering here for 17 hours. Under full power, about 5 hours. So, not too bad. Oh, let me see. We've got an oxygen station. As you can see, we are burning oxygen because we are in the control set. We do have the 2 miniguns, 1 rocket turret, 14 thrusters, 2 RCS, and 5 hover engines, which we've already gone through. Okay, so that's the details. That's the ship. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I do need some... I still need to figure out what I want to do for the appearance on it, for like the paint job and stuff. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Should be fairly interesting. If you're wanting to see this up on the workshop, also let me know that, and I will see about getting it up there for y'all. Alright, so let's go over here and look at the magnesium deposit. Now, while we were building this, we actually hit level 20. Let me see here. Are you going to sit still? You are mostly sitting still, and it is bright as crap in here. Alright. So, while he's sitting still, let's go over here and take a look. You are still working. That's good. 225 magnesium, not bad. Now, the reason why it's so important that I hit level 20 is the fact that we now have the ability to make the fusion packs. The fusion packs are 300 power units, which are twice that of the large fuel cells, or the fuel packs, which is a good thing, which means that if I were to fully stock this out with the fusion packs, we would be looking at something like 20 hours worth of power under motion. So while we were moving, we would be able to do, basically we'd be able to circumnavigate the planet something like 200 times. All right. Oh, looks like you're out of power. So let's go ahead and right here. We're going to go ahead and, since you are out of power, we can go ahead and pick you up. So now that we have that, we also do have the tier 3 auto miner. I have not built one because I don't think I have the resources for it, honestly. Because I think that requires either a power core or something with the sathium ingots, and I have no sathium left. Which is why we need to go do some base raids. So I'm thinking we may actually go after the drone base, because that thing is just a pain in my backside. And I think everybody knows how I feel about the drone bases. I really don't like them. They're nice to go raiding. I don't like having them on the planet, though. And, well, if we're going to subjugate the planet, we need to start somewhere, and I think the drone base is a perfect place to start. So, let me go ahead and get this thing back to base. We will get our supplies sorted out, and I will take the trip over there because it is going to be a long one. Because as you can see, this thing is not the fastest in the world, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take a break, and I will be right back. Alright, let's park this thing. Woohoo! And we're back. So, the homing missiles have already started messing with things. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke ourselves out here just a little bit. See if we can get a little bit of a shot off here. Interested to see where all of these things end up going. So they're taking out the drones. They're taking out the... Oh, that is rather entertaining. Okay. And... okay, this amuses me entirely too much. Let's take over the rocket turret here before it takes all of our ammo. How much? We've only got 2 shots left. You know what? We're going to leave this here because I think that this thing's going to be able to defend itself fairly well. Yeah, it's gonna burn off a bunch of ammo, but that's fine. Look at all the drones that this thing's shot. Oh, hello. This thing has shot down some ridiculous number of drones. It's just taken out the troop transport finally. Oh no, it's just taking out more drones. Whoa, hello. Hello, that's not good. That's not good at all. Ow. Okay, so we got a little too close to the second point of interest there. Oh. We are going to do current location. Whoa, oh, that's not good. That's not good. Hello, hello. Sheesh. You all suck. Let's grab all of our gear. We're going to back up nice and easy. We're going to move our ship. Oh. Alright, so that was at least entertaining. So we know the ship works. In the ship we go. So it's actually a good thing that we didn't drift over any further than we already had. But that does tell me the ship works, so what we're going to do is we're going to fall back because I want to get a little bit more ammo, and I want to come back with the ability to basically take out that drone base pretty much at range. Make sure that the other point of interest does not shoot at us, because we do have that comm station there. So I'm going to go ahead, head back, make some more ammo, get this thing fully loaded, and we will be right back. And we're back. So we've loaded up quite a bit of ammo in this thing, just to give you an idea here. This is about half of the ammo. So yes, we've got 1,000, another 3,000, so what, 4,000 rounds of assault cannon and 100 rounds of the homing style missiles, which we were already using. Now I also have loaded up myself with, you know, a little over almost 1,500 rounds of ammo. And then we have 60 homing missiles, and the reason I have 60 homing missiles, and I'm going to try this here because I'm trying to figure out what is our range at about 300 meters out. Is that going to be... Okay, so if we go to the second bracket, so second bracket falls that much shorter, so about there should hit the radar tower. Can we get a little bit more range out of it? All right. Can't tell if we're actually hitting it or not. But that looks like we can get a pretty good range on it, because the mine is about 320. Obviously we're shooting, let's see, that's hitting at about 300 meters at maximum inclination. So yeah, so if we place that, the bottom of the reticle, if you see the lowest elevation marker, which is basically sitting around the M on mining currently, will allow us to get to about 300 yards, and that's at, however, or 300 meters, and we're floating at about 3 meters off the ground, so we should have a theoretical accuracy of about 297 meters roughly. Okay, now the reason that's important is because we know that we can get a little bit extra range if we've got a little bit of altitude, right? So what we're going to do is see if we can get close enough to the two bases over here to be able to fire from range and be outside of their attack radius, because we know that they will open fire at about 350 meters. The question is can we get inside of that range and not get killed doing it? Because if we now go here to the rocket turret, let's access this thing. Spin this beast around so we can actually see what we're doing. And let's see if we can... Let's see what our accuracy looks like with this thing. That looks like that actually fired pretty much straight. That is firing mostly straight. Trying to see if we can hit. Really would like to be able to control the ship with just like a basically like some of the tank games allow. All right, so see if we can get this thing down under cover here. Okay, so we're going to go back into the turret. Why are we suddenly... the bloody hell. Alright, so... Alright, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and park this thing. Let's get it down on the ground. So we're not drifting here. Okay. So what we're going to do is this thing will defend itself against drones. We've already seen that. We know we're at 350 on range. Let's see if we can carefully peek ourselves around this thing. How far are you? You are... So if we... Oh. We peeked out a little too far. So if we drop this at about there, are we close enough to hit it? Overshot just a little bit. Right about there should be good. Let's see if this is going to work. Yes! Because as we strip these out, this will allow us to basically work our way around the base. I'm just not sure how many shots this is going to take to destroy. Was this 5? Okay, that was 5 hits with this thing. Let's see how she goes. 6. That's crazy. 7. Oh, come on, really? Are you telling me that I'm not going to be able to destroy this thing from range? This is 9. See, they've just made this ridiculous. This is just basically a resource grind now. Look at that. That was 10 shots. It should not take... Okay, what's the actual damage on these things? 180 damage. That is crazy. Do I even have enough ammo to take that thing out? Is the question now. I would really like to be able to take that turret out. Let's see if this is any better. Yeah, because see that those are direct hits. And it's just not destroying it. Okay, let's see something here. I'm kind of curious to see if this will do block damage, or if I'm just too far out. No, see, it did block damage. So it should be... You know, it should be destroying it. But we're just not seeing it blow up. But I mean, look at that. Those are dead hits on that thing. How many hit points does that thing have now? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm actually going to need to bring in an artillery piece. See, it's still shooting at us. That tells me I'm... Yeah, that's just... That's so wrong. We're at 301 yards, or 301 meters. We're able to do damage to the blocks. We know that. See? It's hitting it. It's just not destroying it for some reason. You can't tell me that those things are now immune to small arms fire like this. That would be completely broken. Oh, there it goes. It just takes a ridiculous number of them. Okay, so I brought 60 rockets, right? It took like 25 of them to destroy that turret. Out there? What's your range? Okay, that's just crazy, but we can do it. Now that's what matters. Okay, so if that's 300, should be about there, right? That might have been high. It was a little high. It still looks like it hit. Yep. Okay. So, basically, I'm just going to snipe these turrets out so that we can get in there and destroy the drone base. I'm not worried about trying to capture the base. I am much more worried about being able to actually just destroy the core than I am anything else. What's the range on you? You're at a 302. Now, you're going to be about there. Yes? Alright, so I'm going to keep firing these things. I'm going to go ahead and call this episode here because it's going to be a little boring watching me destroy these things from range. So I do want to thank you all for stopping in today. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, throw them down in the section below the video. And if you're new here, I do ask you to subscribe, as the likes, the subscriptions, and even comments do help the channel to grow. But more importantly, it's an easy way to let me know that you're enjoying the content. And well, like I've said, I enjoy making content that other people enjoy watching. So on that note, I am out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. This is just crazy, the amount of ammo that these things take to destroy now. I would use almost all of my rifle rounds to kill this thing. It should not take 26 rockets. That's just wrong. Oh, so wrong.